We have Star Valley. That's about it.
But
I think Geisela. But
the
even
housing, yeah, Godzilla, it's a little more of a Star Valley.
Yeah.
And then Pine Strawberry is the opposite. It's more expensive. All right. Let's make sure we're live here. And are you the director? Are you the manager of CASA of Gila
My
County?
official title is the program coordinator.
Program coordinator. Okay. All right.
I even put it on there. Look at that.
Oh.
Sometimes I don't.
And thank you to Desert Financial Credit Union for sponsoring the KRIM Community Spotlight Program. Good morning, Rim Country, and happy Monday. Yes, happy Monday. It is a beautiful morning out there, quite cool. I know 48 degrees here at the KRIM Cottage this morning, and it is warming up though a little bit, but it feels wonderful, that nice cool air. Well, this morning in the studio, we have the program coordinator for CASA of Gila County, and that's Mariah Lantz. Good morning, Mariah.
Good morning, Chris.
How are you doing this morning?
Good. How are you?
I know we were talking before the program, and Monday morning you were trying to kind of get going, huh?
Yes.
I know it can be harder sometimes, especially when we have busy weekends, and it seems like this October, there are just so many events going on, and really encourage you to check out the KRIM website, our events page. It's krimfm.com, and we have a lot of different events that we advertise on our website. One of them is a CASA event that is coming up this week, right?
Correct, on Friday.
On Friday. Oh, how about you tell us a little bit about that event?
Sure. We are hosting an event from 9:30 to 10:30 at the Payson Public Library.
Mm-hmm.
It's for anybody who's interested in learning more about the CASA program. We will have 3 current volunteers there to answer questions, talk to everybody who shows up. We will have coffee and pastries for anybody who wants to come down and just get to know a little bit more about the program.
Great. And where is that again?
The Payson Public Library.
Okay. Yeah, it's so nice too, the library now with the expanded meeting room there, so they have more space to host more events.
Yes, it's really nice.
Yeah, no, that's good. So how about, and I know each time you were on, you let everyone know about CASA and what the role of CASA is. I think it's good to do that because we can have someone that's listening or watching on our KRIM FM Facebook page, maybe for the first time, and they don't know what CASA is. So can you just explain what CASA does and again its role?
Sure. So CASA stands for Court Appointed Special Advocates. We're a group of volunteers that are appointed by the judge in each dependency. So every time a child goes into a foster home, we have the opportunity for somebody to advocate for them. They advocate for them in the courtroom, in meetings with teachers, or if they have some medical issues, they may help out on the medical side. They make sure that our children in foster care get everything that they need and they don't get lost in the system.
And I know recently you had a couple people sign up as volunteers, and it's always exciting to see.
Yes, yeah, we just had 2 new volunteers get sworn in a couple weeks ago.
Nice, very nice. And again, you don't have to have any experience with CASA or with even fostering or the foster care system. It's really about having a desire to want to be an advocate, be there for children or for a child that needs that voice or that person. Is that correct?
That's correct. We provide all the training free of charge.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to travel for the training, we'll put you up in a hotel room for a couple of nights and buy you dinner and even pay you back for your gas.
Wow. There we go. So can you just one more time give the date and times of that event that's coming up?
Yeah, so our Coffee with the CASA event is this Friday at Payson Public Library starting at 9:30. We have the room for an hour, so come and say hi to us.
Hey, there we go. Now, is there anything else that you have coming up here soon or that is going on with CASA?
We are going to be out at the Health and Care event, which I believe is the first weekend in November, out at the casino. So we'll have a booth out there. So if you can't come see us this Friday, come out next Saturday and see us.
Okay, and that's great. And we'll have a public service announcement for that. We'll be letting people know about that event. And I'm sure there's also there's going to be a lot of other organizations out there and businesses as well. So that sounds like it'll be a really good event.
Yes, we're excited.
Yeah. So CASA, how has it been this year for CASA? Have you seen numbers kind of staying the same, increasing, decreasing? I guess what's happening out there?
Our numbers for kids in foster care are pretty much staying even. Across the county, we have a little over 130 kids right now that are involved with our dependency courts.
Mm-hmm.
Of those 130 kids, we have 90 in Gila County that need an advocate for them.
90.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, and that is in Gila County, so northern Gila County and southern Gila County.
Correct.
Mm.
Yeah. Just from kids here in Payson, we have just over 20 kids just from Payson that still don't have an advocate.
Wow. So, and about how many advocates or volunteers do you have right now in the program?
Right now we have 20 volunteers and 2 going through training.
Oh, that is great. Yeah. And is that about, I guess, the average, or is it a little higher? Or I know COVID probably affected that, didn't it?
Yes, COVID did not help us any. We lost. We actually stayed pretty strong through COVID. It was when everything started lifting and the restrictions. I think a lot of people realized that they're not ready to go back out there. So we lost quite a few right at the beginning, but we're starting to rebuild those numbers.
Okay. No, that is good. I think that is the case with a lot of nonprofits or organizations that depend on volunteers, where COVID, they took a pretty big hit, whether it was in the beginning or at some point, during that 2-year period. And now they're starting to come back, but it still has been a challenge for them. So without the volunteers, you are more limited in how many children you can help. Is that right?
Correct.
Wow. So you are very dependent on those volunteers.
We are. Right now, we're hoping by the end of the year to, our goal is to get 12 volunteers over the next couple of months. That would be our ultimate goal. That would give us 1 advocate for every case that we have in Payson right now.
Okay. And approximately, if somebody is listening and they have thought about volunteering, considered it, but they were maybe on the fence a little bit, how much time, how many hours would you say each week does someone need to devote to being a CASA volunteer?
So over the past year and a half, our volunteers have averaged 10 hours a month.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really? Just 10 hours a month?
That's it.
Wow. So you're looking at a little, like 2.5 hours a week or so.
Correct.
Okay. Wow. So that's really not that much time. Even if you're volunteering somewhere else, there's still an opportunity then for you to be a CASA volunteer as well.
There is, and a lot of the meetings and visits with kids are very flexible. A lot of stuff can happen on weekends or in the evenings after work if that's what you need to do.
And so I think we talked about this a little before, but maybe tell us a little bit about yourself and in the program, how long you've been in the program, and what, I guess, made you decide to be part of CASA.
Yeah, so I have been the CASA coordinator for Gila County for almost 2 years now. Prior to that, I worked for the Department of Child Safety. I saw the need for people to really get in there for the children and make sure these kids don't get lost. So when the opportunity arose, when the prior coordinator was retiring, I applied for the position and got hired on.
Nice.
I think my passion for wanting to help kids started when I was a kid. My mom was a teacher, so of course I wanted to be a teacher too, but reality is teaching doesn't pay. But I still wanted to work with kids and help them.
Wow, that is, and this is a great way to do that.
Yes.
Yeah, so there's another event, as we were looking on, I believe, your Facebook page, and you can also follow CASA of Gila County on Facebook and get notifications or see about upcoming events or different opportunities. October 20th, I believe there was another event. Is that correct?
Yes, on Thursday we are asking everybody in Gila County to wear purple. We are bringing awareness to domestic violence, to the victims. A lot of the children that we serve are either victims of or witness domestic violence within their home.
I know the Time Out Shelter recently did their Lanterns on the Lake event. That was the second annual event to kick off Domestic Violence Awareness Month, which is October.
Yes.
And they had a great turnout. And it's amazing. It was amazing. And it was just a great idea they came up with to do the lanterns on the lake and light the lanterns and put them out on the water. And they still did the walk. They did the walk around the lake. And just a real special time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is unfortunate that, as you said, the majority or a high percentage of children in foster care or in this program either are victims of domestic abuse or they witness that or they have it in their house.
Correct.
Yeah, not good for a child. I mean, it just shouldn't be like that.
Correct. And that's what a big part of our advocacy is making sure that our victims do have a voice in the courtroom.
So are there any other events or anything else that is happening this year with CASA?
Nothing that we have signed up yet, but we're always looking for more events. We do have a lot of events down on the southern Gila County side, so if anybody wants to go to Globe, we are there for First Fridays with the Globe Miami, I believe it's the Chamber of Commerce. So we have a booth there.
Now, do you go to different organizations that have meetings, say monthly meetings, and speak at those organizations to try and solicit or get volunteers or just raise awareness or just to get information out?
We do. If anybody would like to speak to me about what that could look like, they can give me a call. My office is 928-474-7145. We can do anything from like a 10-15 minute presentation to an hour-long presentation, so we can work within whatever time frame you give us.
Oh, yeah, that's great. So if you are part of an organization, you're looking for speakers and someone in the community that is providing a service, doing different things in the community to just inform members of your group, that'd be good to have Mariah out to share about that. So how many other people work with CASA of Gila County? You're the program coordinator. So do you have a larger staff, smaller staff? Or?
We're a real small staff, so there's 3 of us.
Okay. So
it's myself, and there's a coordinator in Globe, and then we have a support staff whose desk here is in Payson, but she works on both sides of the county.
Gotcha. For the entire county, it's 3 of you.
Correct.
Not just Northern Gila County, and then there's a team in Southern Gila County.
Correct.
But for all of Gila County. Wow. And the county, I mean, it's so large.
Yes.
So do you, I guess, serve obviously Payson, Pine, Strawberry, everywhere north of here, but then south, Geisela, Tonto Basin even?
Yep, everywhere. Young, Hayden.
No.
We work with cases that are on the San Carlos Reservation, so anywhere within Gila County. A lot of times our children end up being placed outside of Gila County, so our volunteers use their time and their own vehicles and gas money to go see those volunteers. We do have some great local charities and funding through the state that we are able to help reimburse those volunteers, but they do take their time to go see them.
Wow. And we just had a comment. Trish Claver is watching, the director at Time Out, and she said that Time Out would love to have CASA join us at next year's Lanterns on the Lake, and represent your services. So
Sounds
there we
great.
go. Yeah. So an event right there, a great event to be part of. And I'm sure they'll have the dates and probably be the just before October of next year. So that'd be great. Thank you, Trish, and thank you for watching this morning. Hope you're having a great Monday. So yeah, it seems like there's a lot of different organizations that you maybe work with or maybe don't work with on a regular basis, but that you're connected to in the community. Is that
Yes.
true?
Yeah, we're part of a lot of different committees. Some of the committees that we're involved in are on the prevention side, trying to prevent kids from being removed or abused ever.
Mm-hmm.
And then some of the committees are on the reactive side, where we work with the children after they've been removed from the home.
Mm-hmm. I know. Who are we? The Lions Club. I think the Lions and we used to be the Lioness, but now just one club. They were talking about project that they had with suitcases.
Yes.
And putting the suitcases together for children that had to be removed from their homes, and they had toiletries, different hygiene products in there, and then if they were able to take items from the home, that they could put them in the suitcase and take them with them instead of using a trash bag.
Yes.
Which that happens probably quite often, especially before this was done, I would imagine.
Yeah, unfortunately it does still happen, especially with our teens.
Mm-hmm.
They tend to bounce around from foster home to foster home, and so a lot of times they're being sent with garbage bags from foster home to foster home. And that's another place where our advocates can step in, and when they know that there's a move that's coming, they can make sure that a bag gets to that child so they're not using that black trash bag.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that putting stuff in a black trash bag just that would not. It just seems really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then also in a lot of cases, especially with younger children, they're not able to take items with them. They might have toys, clothes, stuffed animals, different things, but because of the home or what's going on in the home, and if they're contaminated, they can't be taken with them. Then you have groups that also provide gift cards or different things for those children, so you can get them those things right away, new clothes or whatever it is they need.
Yeah, and that's one of the big pieces that our advocates do to help with wherever the child ends up, is helping that person, whether it's a family member or a licensed foster home, get connected with those resources to make sure that they have clothes and they have school supplies and hygiene products. Even the fun things, like if they want to go to the state fair, we have resources out there where we can get a ticket paid for the foster child.
Yeah, so not just the necessities, but some of the other things that will try and keep their lives or maybe make their lives more normal.
Yeah.
Or like other children, and doing things that other children are doing, even though they're faced with that, really bad traumatic experience.
Yes. The more we can give them normalcy, the better they do.
Yeah. So now, I guess if someone's listening and they wanted to help out in those areas, are they able to contact you? And are you able to point people in a direction as far as different groups like the Lions Club or I know one of the group RIM Country Arizonans for Children, or different groups that are helping you? Are you able to give them that information as well?
I can, yeah.
Okay.
So if that's something they're interested in, if they're not able to volunteer those hours, but they want to help with a financial donation, I can help them get connected with whatever direction they want to head with that donation.
And now, does CASA of Gila County, can donations be given to your group, or do they have to go through these other groups?
They have to go through the other groups.
Okay, yeah, I thought that's how it worked out. But these groups are there, and they're doing great things and really helping CASA of Gila County. So you are directly helping CASA of Gila County by giving to these different groups.
Correct.
Which is great to know. It's not like it's just going somewhere and ending up, somewhere else, but it is getting to CASA of Gila County.
Yeah, we can help connect them with those charities that we know the money goes to children from Payson area.
Gotcha. And so can you give your number one more time if somebody wanted to call you to ask you about that?
Sure. My office is 928-474-7145.
And now, can people also find information on your website about becoming a CASA volunteer?
Yep. Our application is actually on our website too.
There we go. Well, that makes it nice and easy.
Yeah.
And what is that website?
It's www.casaofgilacounty.org.
Okay, very easy.
Yes.
CASAofgilacounty.org. The application is on there, and also more information, I would imagine, about being a CASA volunteer, what that entails. And again, it is approximately 10 hours a month. So 10 hours a month is not that much time. And I know there are so many volunteers in our community. There's so many people that serve the community and are involved with organizations through volunteering, that it has an incredible impact on our community, really makes it what it is.
Yes. The volunteers in our community are amazing. They never cease to amaze me every time I read the newspaper and I read about a new volunteer doing something within the community or a new project that people are working on. It's great.
Yeah, because there are so many organizations in the community that are very, very active. And that's the thing. I mean, I guess in some communities you might see where there's a lot of organizations, but the activity level, I mean, how active the different organizations are in our community, it is something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so again, they're looking at, and what did you say, 20 children in Payson that still need advocates. So their goal, CASA of Gila County, is to get 12 more volunteers by the end of the year. So if you are looking at volunteering, would like to help children in the community that need help, that need your help, that need that voice and somebody to be there for them, please contact Mariah, the CASA of Gila County Program Coordinator, and her number again is 928-474-7145. And also, if you, again, want to just mention, if you are part of an organization that would like to have Mariah come out and speak as well to your organization, you might feel like there's some people that would like to volunteer, would like more information, or help out in some way, then have her come out to your group and talk some more about CASA. Right. Well, thank you. Is there anything else you would like to share or cover this morning, Mariah?
The only thing I want to mention is I do know that we have a lot of people up here who don't live in Gila County full-time. That is not a requirement to be a volunteer. We have a volunteer right now who is currently vacationing in another state for 4 months, but she's still able to stay engaged in her case. With that 10 hours, it's not interrupting her vacation, and we're able to make those kind of things work. So even if you're not in Payson all the time, we can still have you as a volunteer.
Wow, that is great to know. So if you're a part-timer, say for instance you spend your summers here in Payson and then winters in a area that has a little warmer climate, then you can still continue as a CASA volunteer.
Yep.
Wow, that is great to know. I'm sure there might be some people that probably, thought they weren't able to, or maybe they didn't qualify if they weren't here year-round.
Correct.
No, that is great. Well, again, thank you, Mariah, for coming in. Thank you for all the information, and hopefully get a lot of phone calls or people reaching out to you to become involved with CASA. And thank you for all you do with the program, too, all of the young people that you help.
Thank you, Chris.
No, you're so welcome. Thank you, everyone, for listening and watching. Again, thank you, Trish Claver, Director of Time Out. Hope you have a wonderful day. And time to get back to the music now with songs from Sheryl Crow, Sting, the Grateful Dead, and more. But first, let's get a quick update from the National Weather Service.
In surrounding areas. I'm nowcast meteorologist Jim.
All right, there we go, guys. We'll see you later.
Nice
Have a great week,